Okay, it's set up and it's on, and I'm going to turn those light effects off before I go from a nice lobby OBS screen because it just looks terrible. So the aurora is still there when and if you ever make it out the cave.
I mean, we beat the dagger dog, right? So...
Not yet.
I thought we killed it.
You didn't kill it, don't be stupid. Who did you think killed it?
Oh yeah, he's lying. He's absolutely wrecked, and I think the DM said he was more than bloodied.
He is more than bloodied.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I don't think he had that long left in him, and he was like all decks shattered and everything else. I think he was limping and stuff.
He wasn't limping, but you had the tremors that you had inflicted upon him.
He had the dropsies!
So, yeah, following on from my message in the chat, Sir Eric, not actually dead. I made a boo-boo there, but may very well be still very, very quickly. Let me just find the relevant map so I can amend that accordingly.
So is he starting his turn up on his feet then? Because he missed a turn, right? A KO'd turn or something. Or
Yeah. He landed very prone.
Yeah. But didn't they have a round of just eating him while he was...
Yeah.
Cool.
So, back up top. Who wants to remind me what happened?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I mean, we woke up from having stayed on the Aurora Borealis kind of place. Then we had some more walking. Did we have another sleep then? Was this another night?
Because the abbot came to me and...
Oh, yeah!
Oh, was that last session? Was that last session before?
Yeah,
that was last session.
That was last session.
Yeah.
But he never actually spoke to you, did he?
No, because it wasn't the abbot, it was the dagger dog.
Yeah, Dagger Dog was making illusions happen. And then we saw the Dagger Dog, and then we chased the Dagger Dog, and the Dagger Dog went into some cave. We followed him in there.
We found Sir Eric on the way.
Yes, because he was gone and now he's back again. Yeah, and we were like, are you a baddie? No, you're not a baddie. You're Sir Eric. All is good. And yeah, followed him into a cave, did a bit of fighting. I got some giant spiders up. Halvor fell in a big pit. Spiders are helping him out. Anything else?
I mean, I did
a little
everything
dance.
else, so yeah.
Made a little love.
Generally got down tonight.
Right, Chandler. I'm noticing even on my webcam, I'm moving at like half FPS. It's all gonna blow up.
Are you doing it in like 4K?
No, just the computer is dying. Well, so yes, the Dagger Dog is looking rough.
Is he looking worse than my GME shares?
Yes. No, nothing could.
Oh yeah, beautiful map. How dare.
So, the round begins. Hold on, doesn't that token normally rotate the glowing rune?
It is.
Glowing rune? It is.
Oh
Rose.
my god. What the fuck above?
You do have the light animations turned on, right?
I mean, if they're not,
Oh,
they
you mean
turn
the rune around Esmeralda?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't see that turning. I see the sunlight thing.
Oh yeah, that's moving for me as well. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that was moving. Turn marker, animate marker. Yes, is marked to ticked.
Okay, well I don't see that turning either.
I've unticked it and saved it. Oh, good God above.
I can't see Ez, but on Halvor's screen it's not doing that either.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, Esmeralda is going to, having seen Sir Eric smote down the pit, she is going to do her best to not get up close. And instead, she is going to cast another lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Ooh, that loaded up very slow for me then, as you did that. Oh. Does he have his minuses on there and everything still?
Oh no! What should he have? Because it
He
is
should have
Dex, isn't it?
disadvantage on dexterity
He
saving throws.
should. Why isn't
And
it
a minus
prompted?
2.
Yeah. So let's have a look here. So instead, that should have been... Yeah, I'll go in and I will double that. Marvellous. Okay. Suddenly, as this blast of lightning tears into it and it howls and tries to sort of duck down away from it and twist, it opens its mouth and pouring out towards you, Bartandalis, comes rapidly another enormous cloud of insects.
Super. Did you re-roll his dexterity saving throw then?
No, I just made him fail it, so added the damage to make him fail it.
Oh, okay.
Because there was no way he was failing it at disadvantage with that minus as well with the AC of, with the DC of the attack. Let's have a look. This is... Where are we? What size? 20.
What do you mean there was no way he was failing it? What if he'd rolled a 20? The DC is an 18. It's not half of the thing, he just rolls another check, and then it's a minus 2 on it.
I know how it works, I just tried to summarise it, but sure, let's do it again, man. Let's have a look. Roll.
If he's failed that on his disadvantage, what difference would it make?
Dex
He didn't fail that one, he saved it.
Minus
With
With the
2.
minus 2.
So here's the second one.
I was looking at the damage.
Second one's a 19, so yeah, actually.
Okay.
He did succeed it, so I'll add 6 back onto him.
Well, no, 'cause it was disadvantage, so he failed it. Oh, did you roll that one with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was saying, because I saw that it was 26, I thought that's what he'd rolled, not that it was 26 damage.
Ah, okay. Right, so Bartandalis. Where we go back to that. You need to... Where are we? Make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please. Those bugs sitting on you.
Constitution, you say?
Yeah, DC 15. Okay, so as these bugs go digging back in and biting, you take 10. Oh god, no. 10 brackets 3d6, and I read it's 10d6. Roll. You take 11 psychic damage. And again, you know that if you remain there for about 6 seconds more, they will bite you again.
Did we get healed up during the combat? Because I took psychic damage previously, I thought, and I've got full hit points.
You definitely shouldn't. I don't think you did any big heal. Well, what are your slots like?
I have still spent slots.
But of any like healing of the same slot that you've done, because obviously like anything that shares fire, you've done 2 fireballs, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't have healed myself. Oh, did I? Did I take that much damage? I don't know. Nope.
Cora, didn't you do some sort of heal?
No, I don't think I did. I just got a load of spiders and then just did a load of shooting.
I thought someone who doesn't normally heal did. I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say it's a bit fucking drastic, but
When Ez died, I ended up doing a bit of healing, but that was it.
Cora's only got a medicine kit and good berries, so can't really do much.
It's weird because I've not like redone the scene or.
Does it deal damage on a miss?
Does what do
That
damage
attack?
on a miss? Sorry.
That psychic damage, that busy bee thing, insects.
It's a 3d6 if you fail, halved if you pass.
Do you want to roll another 3d6 then? Because I don't remember getting healed at all. But I just had to apply that myself, so maybe I didn't apply, maybe I thought it applied last time.
Maybe, okay.
I think I passed the first one. Oh, okay, I'll take another 3 off.
So this is the third time you've been subjected to it, haven't you?
Second. You cast it and I moved out of it.
Yes.
And it's not been, this is the second time it's been
Yeah.
cast, yeah.
Okay.
Right, okay, so I'm on 28 hit points now.
Yeah. God, my PC is struggling. This is very scary. Okay, Cora, it's you. Halvor, you're soon.
Just looking at my spell book, I still have 2 conjure animals left, 2 out of 2, which clearly I do not because I have one in front of me.
Don't think you can cast much else though, so we'll just manually change that for now.
Is the spider that's in front of me the only one of my spiders that's left, or all the others that were down in the pit dead?
Yes, but it's the only one that's left. Do you remember a couple were going up with Halvor and got punched out by the oozes?
That's right. Well, I might as well send that one down to help Sir Eric and see if we can get him to come back up. And in the meantime, until that one's dead, I'm gonna pop out and fire some arrows. Arrows at the dagger dog. I think I put Hunter's Mark on him. Will I need to reapply that?
No, we're just gonna manually 1d6 it, it's fine.
Okay, sweepy sweepy.
Hits.
Oh yeah, I didn't do advantage actually on that one, so I'm going to do advantage on the next one. Oh, nice!
Oh,
Fuck you, dagger dog.
nice.
Whoops, I just did critical. I didn't do that right. What do I do?
How do you mean? Oh, what, you click normal?
Yeah.
It's not a straight double of the
Alex says
18,
put
is it? It's just
1d8
a...
and 1d6, so
Yeah.
is that right?
Yeah, go on, you roll them. Okay. Done.
And then I'm gonna get back behind here. And I'm done.
Okay.
Spider is heading off to help Eric.
Yeah, well, at the end of a round, I'll head to what's down there. Halvor, you're up. Bartandalis, you're soon.
I call out, guys, Eric's in the pit with 3 black oozes, somebody help him! And then I'm going to bonus action, adrenaline surge, and charge in at the dog. I'm going to reckless attack him, because it's fun.
Hits. Good grief. Good hit.
And I end my turn there.
Okay. As your turn ends, you slice the axe. What's it, the Urshakar axe? It isn't anymore, is it? You slice the axe of warning down the side of the dagger dog as it lets out a howl that I'm scared to try and play, but I'm going to do it anyway. And as you do, you see it suddenly begin to erupt in mist. But a second later,
Oh dear.
it is the Dagger Dog's turn. Is your token still correct, Bartandalis? Are you 40 foot on the ceiling?
I am.
Then it is going to head out. Bartandalis, it is you.
Can I no longer see it, or is that all its full movement?
That is it. It's out the map, I suppose. From there, with your height, you'll be able to see, like, on the rise coming up out. You do still have it in sight. It is about, well, it's teleported there. It is about, I can't dash from there. About 40 foot out this cave. So about what's your distance to the edge of the map? Where's the ruler? It's about 70 foot from you.
Okay. Do you know what now? I'm gonna go with it. So move out of this, and then I am going to cast Mind Spike on it.
Okay. Is that dex save? Oh, I'm trying to move it back. I'll move back in so you can target it.
So,
If it is dex save, don't you roll it, because I don't think you can force the minus on it. So I'll roll
I
it.
don't think it'll be Dex save because it's a mind thing, so I'd expect it to be a Wisdom. It is. Bear with me. Yeah, Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So do you want me to roll it? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to cast it at level 5.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Well, it might manage to kill it. So.
Yeah. Daylight's not concentration, is it?
No.
What's the other con? Oh, is it being fucky?
Probably. Right, so I have to prompt the saving throw. Okay, cool. Oh, why is it making me? I've got new targeted, but it's not prompted it on you, has it not?
No.
Do you have an option to roll damage?
Yeah, click
I
damage.
do, yeah. Okay, cool. Bear with me. So I cast it at level 5.
He was holding a mirror, you see.
Bear with me. So it is 3d8, but then 3, 4, 5. So another 3d8 plus 3d8.
Did it
Oh, no.
not
Oh, no,
prompt
it
you
has.
to choose a level?
It did, yeah. Sometimes it makes me add an extra, but yeah, no, it has. I can see that it said 68. So cool.
Fail.
It fails.
Nice. But not enough to kill it, though, yeah.
No.
Okay. But I know where he's at. He's got half movement, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. We can catch him.
Why has it got half movement?
Slap.
He got...
Oh, isn't that what your concentration is?
Oh, that's what my concentration
So he
was.
was going slower. He will no longer be going slower. Oh, hold on. Actually, is mine by concentration? Or was it just?
Yeah, it is for
swarming?
me to track where he's going.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I will presume you are foregoing the slow for the track. You don't want to roll that back.
Was Misty reaction or legendary action?
Pardon?
Is
Misty Step, is that a reaction or a legendary action?
Legendary.
I will track him.
Okay.
Because the slowing, we're gonna probably have to get Sir Eric anyway. So
Okay. Anything else from you?
No. No.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the pit, a single spider appears. And it's going to come down and attack. Oh, actually, no, let's roll that initiative. Don't know why Sir Eric's dropped off the initiative as well. Something has happened during the week.
Is he on the other map initiative?
No. Okay, so Sir Eric will use half his movement to get up. And he is going to... He's in such a fucking shitty position trying to work. He's at that thing where he's in range of... I think this pit is so small that if he were to disengage, he still can't get anywhere, but all three of them can't attack him anyway. So yeah, you just hear an echo and cry coming up the pit of just... Oh. What voice do I have?
Normal.
Do I still sound like me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to have let me swap to the voice. Oh, now it's done it, hasn't it?
Nope.
Oh. Are you fucking with me?
No.
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
Nope. He's lying.
How
No,
about
fucking
now?
Nope.
No.
How about now?
Nope.
Still no.
Weird. Okay, very weird. He just, he cries out, Fanagenvast!
Didn't sound
Echoing up. No, it didn't sound like him.
like it. Don't trust him.
It's Vasily von Morinthal. And you hear just a cry out of frustration from Sir Eric below. Meanwhile, the first of the only friendly spider comes down and will attack. That's weird. I did not target anything. Oh, well, that hit. Okay, the Puds attack Sir Eric. First one hits. Next one attacks Sir Eric. Viewers are typing, saying that they could hear the changes. Everything in the world is going super fucky. I know what it is.
That we're 100 sessions in and you don't know how to set up a stream.
We're more than 100 sessions in, Jesus.
That's true.
No, for some reason Discord decided to lose my default devices. Let's have a look.
Classic Discord.
I know.
Let's all blame Discord, shall we?
Yeah.
If it updated, it'd probably just reset everything.
Sir Eric crumples to the floor. You can see through the light as the oozes move in on him.
He's not dead though yet.
He's back to zero and is on the floor. And I think your spider is about to... Yep, your spider. You feel the last spider sputter out. Right, top of the round, back at the top of the cave, Esmeralda. Get rid of... No, that is still there, actually. Esmeralda steps to the edge, looks down, and... What is the range on that? The range is 120 feet. Okay. Esmeralda pointing down into the... Bartandalis, through the cloud of swarming flies, you see Esmeralda undertaking a gesture that is familiar to you. She reaches into her sleeve, pulls out a speck of like guano or phosphorus, and just stretches it across her hand, and you see her extend her hand down into the pit, and just a gout of flame comes leaping out and heads down. She is casting Wall of Fire. Now it's asking about where to put a template, but
don't worry about it. We can't see it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to happen down here. So yes, Esmeralda has done that. I'm on the other map. Remind me, who's next on the initiative?
After Ezzy.
Cora.
Oh, is what? Sorry, Cora. Okay, what are you doing, Cora?
Seeing as my spider spluttered out and the dagger dog is running away, I am going to draw on the power of the giant owls again.
You really are trying to kill my computer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Did not say there wasn't enough room for him to fly around in here.
No, we decided that was okay, but I chose the spiders after
Okay.
about for ages.
Hey, if it's
Ooh,
I guess
I don't know,
50 feet up, then your room.
Look, I tried to do the spiders. The spiders didn't work. I'm getting the owls back. All right.
Sorry, I'm still just drawing, mess around and sorting out the damage from Wall of Fire. Back to Esmeralda. So you're then summoning a load of owls, are you? Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, fuck me. Is it 8? Is it?
8 owls. Yes, please.
Okay, 1 second. Dex saving for 5d8 damage, half and a successful. I'm still doing this bloody this cross time and space bloody That is pitiful damage. Absolutely pitiful. Okay. Owls are coming. Hey, back up top, giant owl. Okay, where do you want them all, Cora?
I would like 3 of them to be heading down to help Sir Eric. So 1 with the plan of carrying and 2 with the plan of defending the others. And the other 5, I'd like 1 to stick around close to me, and the other 4 to pursue Dagger Dog as quickly as they can.
Okay, I'll just delete those 4 off then, because we're going to be heading straight outside the cave. But we've all spawned inside the ring of fire. We will assume that they did not do what my budgie did and dive bomb the chip pan.
Oh no!
Not even a squeak out of it, Cora. Just a quiet fizz. It was like the dive in the cone heads.
Oh god!
How did it taste?
Oh no, you didn't.
Mum just unplugged the deep fat fryer, which had been doing scampi. Silently just left it to cool whilst Dad almost died from laughter. and I cried. And then when it was cool, she picked the entire deep fat fryer up, walked outside, and put it in the wheelie bin.
Wow.
Poor John boy.
Good night, John boy.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so after summoning your owls, what next?
I'm not sure I have an awful lot else that I want to do. I want to get Sir Eric as a priority, and yeah, I think that's probably me done. I'll stay where I am.
Okay. The cloud of flies does dissipate, by the way, Bartandalis, when that template went.
Cool.
They just all shrivel and fall to the floor.
Super.
Halvor, what do?
I guess I start running for the exit, which unfortunately is quite a long journey.
Parkour off the wall and jump the gap.
I don't have the athletics to do that.
Eh? Isn't your... Oh yeah, can't you jump 10 foot plus? Oh,
I mean, it's still only put on the lower level anyway.
Strength.
So.
I won't do anything athletic. I won't be raging now. Hang on, let me look up jump distance again.
A running jump's like double. Standing jump is...
What is your strength? 13, how tall are you? Your long jump is 13 feet horizontally.
How ridiculously
With a
specific.
So, if I want to fall in a hole, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's go 40. Then go again. Weirdly dark over here. Oh, it's because the light is blocked by the pillar. Didn't realize. That's 2 moves and bonus action to dash as well. Gets me there. That's all I can do.
And you can just see, like, up out of the ramp or tunnel out of the cave, for lack of a better word, you just see a load of owls, one after another, bombing it out into the night. Bartandalis. Well, the owl over with you continues to hover defensively as you fill your pockets, Cora. Bartandalis, what about you?
I will look over to Cora and Esmeralda and say, "Have you got Sir Eric?" As like Halvor like runs past me, and kind of look over at them.
I will shout back, "The owls are on it!"
And I give her a thumbs up, and then I will start double timing it with Halvor. So I'll use full round of movement.
Yeah. So you.
When I get outside, can I see the Dagger Dog being pursued by? What's his movement? I can't remember.
His movement will be 140 when he's dashing. Now he's not slowed.
Okay,
So he is tearing up.
So I can mitigate that with 60 feet. So he is always 80 feet ahead of me.
Yeah.
So if I bomb outside, can I see him in the distance?
Yes.
Then I will try and... Oh, actually, let me see. Yeah, slow. If I'd have realised with the slow before he'd done his movement, I think slow would have been a better bet for this one, but we'll see. I need to check that spell. 1 second, I don't have it added. Spells, SRD. Spells test, is that it? Okay. The cast range. So how far away did he say? 80 feet?
Once you've used all your movement, yes.
Yeah, okay. Otherwise he's 110 feet away. Well, okay, he's going to have to be 110 feet away then, and I'm going to have to start blasting fireballs, because I'm only going to be able to get one, because then I'm not going to be able to keep up with him. So I am going to... Oh, I've got 150 feet with a fireball, so I'm going to try and Banjo-Kazooie him.
Doing firebolt.
Fireball!
Do you have any third level? You show us having no third level spell slots.
I have 4th level spell slots.
Ooh, dickhead, of course.
Let's play 5e.
I know, yeah, well, never played caster. As soon as Sir Grease dies.
Okay. I'm assuming he's not surrounded by owls. They are up in the air, kind of trying to chase after him.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to drag him onto the screen so I can drop the fireball on him?
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, hold on. He's gonna be at full health, isn't he again? Dickhead. I remember what he was on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just adjust, just in case it does do anything spectacular. So at least you have the satisfaction of knowing it yourself. Where are we? No,
It doesn't tell you anything when you've killed somebody anyway, does it?
If you go with bleh. Oh.
Still disadvantaged from
Yeah.
the contagion.
Okay,
right?
he's ready for you to roll it.
That was with the disadvantage?
Did you roll?
Yeah.
Did you click disadvantage on it?
I know I can. I can only roll the damage. I don't. It rolls it as automatically as a save. So do you want to roll another disadvantage, another dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but it doesn't even show me where his save is. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll it normal as his second one, and if it's lower, we'd say. But it's minus what? -2.
No, that was actually slow. So it's just disadvantage.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course.
He's good.
Yeah,
He
so
rolled
perfect
19 twice, the bastard.
I know. So a measly 15 damage.
Mmm.
And as I'm running past Halvor, and I'm kind of getting the back guano onto my hands, I look at as I'm running past Halvor, I say, "I'm tracking him." And then hurl this fireball 110 feet.
Okay, cool. In the cave, Cora, what do you want your owls to be doing?
I'm having 3 of them going down to. Well, one of them is going to be hopefully carrying Sir Eric back up because it's got 390 carrying capacity, so we should only take one of them to carry him up. And the other 2 are basically fending off any attacks from the slimy creatures.
Okay. So, let's have that. Oh, in fact, Sir Eric, let me add them into. Oh yeah, there we are. So top of the round. Sir Eric slowly attempts to get up from being prone. He is not going to be able to attack. The first of the owls comes down, attacks the black pud. Ooh, now, what damage is that? Let's have a look. What type of damage is this? Yeah, okay. You hear another sort of frustrated cry from Sir Eric as your owls attack. Are you Where are you on the top map? Are you looking down the hole, or did you pull back into your little hidey hole?
I'm still in my little hidey hole.
Okay. That is going to be compelled to move away out of the ring of fire that it is in. And it is going to strike back at the owl that attacked it. Which hits. You feel one of your owls poofed from existence. This owl descends. What has been movement on these owls?
60 flight.
Okay. The other owl will attack the other pudding. Okay. Back up top. Esmeralda calls out, "Call off your owls, Cora! They're splitting them into more!"
I shall follow her advice then and instruct the owls to just focus on getting Sir Eric out of there and not attacking.
And she will attempt to fling it. Do you know what? I'm going to target your owl just so I have an actual target to fire this firebolt at. I think that still would have hit one of them. Let's have a look. 10. Yeah. Sorry, owl, if this kills you. It's for the greater good. I'll add you back on if needed. 18. Okay, cool. Okay, Cora, what are you doing?
I'm gonna. So how far down? Oh, I can shoot a long way, can't I? So if I go out and peek over the edge, can I shoot down at the black puddings?
So peeking over the edge, just to give you some insight into the madness, you see. Let me know when it's loaded for you.
Yep.
Yeah. So one of the owls, as you look down, is already 30 feet up, clutching a sort of almost limp-looking Sir Eric. There's a huge ring of fire on the bottom, which one of the puddings, this one, has shied away from. This one is about 10 foot up the wall, and this one has now split into two, and your owl is pecking away at it. Well, raking away with its talons. So that is what you see. Are you going to shoot? Are you going to shoot down at one of them?
Do I still have flame arrow?
I don't know. No, says Halvor,
That's
the
a shame.
bookkeeper. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to try and bolus arrow the one that is closest to them that is currently splitting into two in the hope that won't damage them but just impede its movement.
Okay. Remind me how they work.
Good question, I was reminding myself. A large or smaller creature hit by a bolus arrow is restrained until it is freed. No effect on creatures that are formless.
It minimized for her because you clicked it.
Oh. What, when I closed it closed her inventory?
It's a shared page. It's like it's written on paper. So yeah.
Sorry.
So is this creature formless?
It is not. That means for like, it's like amorphous, but that
Okay,
formless
but
is
not
like for
formless.
ghosts and stuff. Yeah.
Cool, so it will still apply unless it's huge or larger, which is it's not that big because large owls are the same size as it, so that's fine. Creature can use its action to make a DC 10 strength check, freeing itself from another creature within its reach on if successful. Dealing 5 slashing damage to the bolus also frees the creature without harming it, ending the effect and destroying the bolus. So yeah, I would like to fire.
So
a
it
bolus
wraps
arrow.
around. So it wraps around it, does it? Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Go on. Shoot.
So I already have Hunter's Mark on the Dagger Dog, so I'm just going to have to do a normal one on him.
Okay. hits.
It's not giving me the option to do damage.
It doesn't do damage, does it?
Doesn't do anything.
Ah, true. Yes. Okay. So do I get another shot or not?
Yes, I believe so.
In that case,
Make me a free perception check, please, Cora. You know, as the bolus goes out and just wraps around it really tight, just sort of pulling its form together. After a second, you see that almost immediately the length of like rope and cord just seems to be smoking and smouldering and fraying.
Oh, okay. But it seems to still be doing its job right now.
Difficult to say, but you've used this once before, and it did not seem to be doing this.
Well, damaging it seems to make more of it, so
I think the best thing I can do is doing this. So I'm going to do it again. Which one's closest to them now?
From where you're stood, where you're stood at the top, this one is like a ways up the wall.
Okay, I'm going to bolus arrow that one then.
Okay.
I forgot to ask Norris to do a flyby. Can I do a flyby?
If not, if you're telling me that Norris is flying down into the cave. Okay. What's his movement? In fact, I don't think he can get to it. What is his movement? Isn't it?
I don't know. How do I find out?
He's always been quite close to you, but this would involve. Where are we? Norris has. Where are we? Oh, 5 feet walking. He's not set up properly. Norris will get down there, but he's not getting back up to safety. He's going to be hovering in that pit.
Not worth it. Okay, don't bother. Normal attack on him then. Ooh. Hit still, yes.
It is difficult to miss these big, fat, slow blobs.
Good. Fuck you, Blob. That's me for now then, I guess.
Okay. I'll leave you here for now on the assumption that you're probably going to repeat this next turn.
As long as nobody can attack me in the meantime, because they're just looking down.
Yeah, you are. I had to remind myself a minute ago, but yes, you are 70 foot above all of this happening.
Great.
Let's have a look. So, back up top. That was Cora. Oh, I've moved her off it now. Halvor, to you. What are you doing?
Did Bartandler's ran 30 feet, so he's a bit ahead of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I run up to join him and say, Bartandler, can we catch him?
And I am already reaching into my my bag to draw out a piece of licorice root and say, "We can't, but you can."
I hold my action to dash when he casts a spell.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
In the distance, being harried by owls, the dagger dog suddenly a further 60 feet ahead in the distance, gaining a lead over the owls, and then he sprints for another 140 feet. It is beginning to get a bit difficult to see him. Well, I know you feel him, Bartandler, but yeah, he leaps ahead with a spell. In fact, sorry, he doesn't, but that's very presumptuous. Oh no, it was his turn after Halvor, so yes, he does then make that additional run I described. The owls continue after him. Now it is Bartandler.
Okay, so Halvor's holding his action. Just let me think about this. So the dagger dog with the spell can do 200 feet per round.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Halvor has 40 feet. Okay, cool. I pull out my licorice root. I am going to end concentration tracking the dagger dog.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast haste on Halvor. Which will now...
I wish I had some Sonic music ready.
So it will now double... His speed is doubled.
Is that all of his speed, yeah?
Well, his speed, yeah. So yeah, all his speed is doubled. So his speed is doubled, which means... and he also... hold on, let me work this out. So if his speed is doubled, that means he can move 80 feet. And as an action, he can also take a dash again. So he gets another action. So you could dash twice.
Holy
Shit, I
shit.
forgot about the extra action.
So if Halvor is travelling north at 300 feet per round, but Sanjur and Sangif are heading on a train going west with 7 red blocks.
So I think that's right. So he can run 80 feet normal. Well, he can run 120 feet with his bonus action. Yeah.
Well, when you use the bonus action, it's using it to dash, and the dash keys off your base speed. And my base speed is now 80 feet, so that would also be 80 feet.
So you can basically do 240 feet in a turn?
Yes.
So like you can with the movement. So alright, so you can dash as a bonus action, yeah? And you can dash twice.
Yes.
Okay, so you would go. So yes,
I'm just imagining the dagger dog turning around and like through this like absolute throw up of snow behind him.
The haste action can be used to dash as well. So
yes,
that would be 340 unless I want to attack.
This is what I was just trying to work out. Yeah. So you can effectively do 340. Yeah, you've basically got 3 dashes that you can do, which is normally. Hold on, what the fuck? Is that right? Is that 3? So it's 6 movements, and your movement is now 80.
Yeah. It's my regular movement, and then it's a bonus action to dash, and then it's my action to dash, and then it's a haste action to dash.
So
obviously, once I catch up, I'll stop doing an extra dash and use an attack.
Yeah. So.
Or just a quick calculation. Apparently, that is 61 kilometers an hour.
That's pretty good. So, 1 movement and a dash, 2 movement and a dash, 3. So without the double movement, a normal haste. 80. 160.
I mean, he's on him now, isn't he?
Yeah, you're basically.
We can.
He's not getting away from you now.
Yeah, not to snip it short, but he's getting on him in this turn. So yeah, just you are on his ass.
But you are solo with him now, but hopefully.
And So he glances around and just sees Halvor on him. Is it at the end of your turn, Bartandalis?
I like carry on.
Yeah, that's the end of my... Is it what would you be trying
I mean,
to
obviously, it's not going to be on him this turn. Halvor's not going to be on him this turn. It'll be on his next turn.
He's
holding his dash.
When we were in the mouth of the cave, how far away is the dagger dog?
200.
Yeah.
Okay, so I now expend my reaction, which I was holding my action, to get 80 feet closer, so it's 120 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 1 second, here is my son. Okay. Sleep time now. Good boy. Go. Bring the iPad down and I'll plug it in for you later.
7.
Bring it down and I'll plug it in a bit for you. So, how far are you from him now? Sorry.
I'm 120.
Okay. Not realising what is about, how futile it is, it bamps a further 60 feet ahead. Right, that is Bartandalis, which takes us to... So, Cora, you see the owl come flying up clutching Sir Eric. Where do you want it to put him?
Are the other creatures still well away from the side?
One of them is on the side, but only 10 foot up. They're all like 60 feet down below in this cave.
And they're super slow moving, right? They're like 10 foot ago.
Yeah, a bit more than that, but not particularly impressive.
I love you.
And he's unconscious.
No, he's just coming back round.
Okay, then I would like the owl to keep carrying him out the cave, and I'd like
It
the other owl.
can't get all the way there. It can get him to about here. Oh no, where are we?
I can't see.
Here. Of course, you're up there. Yeah, it can get him quite near to the entrance of the cave.
Cool. Yes, that's what I would like to happen, and I would like the other owl to pick me up and take me along too.
No, you're not. Oh, sorry, the owl that was there. I thought you were in the cave for a second there.
No, when he comes out of the cave. Well, do I still have one up by me?
You do, yeah. I've just used it as an example up here. So yeah, so you can get the owl to grab you and fly you to the entrance of the cave. God, this is getting crazy. It's fun, but this is getting crazy convoluted now. So yeah, you are at the entrance of the cave with a flying owl. Esmeralda is just like, hello.
Well, there is the other owl that is also down with us, right? There's one other owl that's down in the.
I mean, you haven't told them to. Oh, you did call them off. Yeah, you didn't give them new instructions out. So are you now going to command them to get out of there?
Yeah, they're getting out of there and picking me and Ez up on the way.
Okay, I feel like we're rapidly leaving the point where maps are relevant now. So, I'm going to load this because I feel like this is becoming more relevant now as a representation of the scene. I'll drag people on as and when they need. So everyone is now flight squad heading out. We are. Oh, I can't be on this screen because the encounters are all on the other screen.
How many came out of the thing?
Well, you were the only person not flying. Everybody else either has owls or is running seemingly several feet above the ice.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
I don't think an owl could carry one of us and pick up another person as well.
You'd be surprised.
Size, it's a giant owl. Its carrying capacity is 390 pounds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
What's... okay, so... I am currently 105, so yeah.
Ah, easy peasy.
I've got a bag of holding, so I don't carry loads of stuff.
Wow, with your gear, that's insane.
You must weigh more than that.
What's handless weigh? Jesus.
I swear, Cora weighs
He's a
more
wet
than
noodle.
that.
Skinny girl probably weighs like 120. You are dangerously underweight, my friend. Oh, is that your encumbrance, or not including your body weight?
Oh yeah, actually that would be my carrying capacity, yeah, so...
Plus however much you actually weigh. But it could still... Well, maybe not carry two, depending.
It's a fair point. I'll leave it to DM discretion whether he thinks I can be carried.
Yeah, it's no fun for you to be hung back.
Maybe carried by... I imagine Mr. Bag of Bones probably weighs the least.
He drinks a lot of milk.
Does it? It's really strong bones. Love it.
I feel like I'm missing some. Oh yeah, bartender list. Boom.
Did I just drop out? There we go.
There we go. So I'm not putting my owls on as well. That just clutter the map, and we know. We know that everyone's being carried. So, let me think. That would have happened once. So top of the round would have been... So Cora was on her flight. Esmeralda had been picked up by her owls. Sir Eric would have got a go of his thing. It would have been the dagger dog run. The dagger dog runs
My turn was before the dagger dog.
Was it before the dagger dog? Okay, it's you.
It is currently 180 feet from me, so I will move 80 feet with my movement. I will move 160 feet with my haste action. I will move then total 240 feet with my bonus action. So I am engaged with it, and I will use my action to attack.
No, you don't need to do that. You can use
What?
you can use your movement action. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, dash. Yeah. How far away was it?
It was 180.
180. Yeah, but you can move. You
I've
could
done the
move
math, don't worry.
normally.
He's mathed it. He's crunched the numbers. He's good. That hits.
Yes! This is why we have reckless attack.
Mmm. Tell me how frustrated you are if this doesn't kill it. It's a bad wound. It's a bad wound.
It's falling off.
Yeah. Anything else from you?
No.
Am I wrong with what I just said there?
So move 80, dash for 160.
So that's because you can dash as a bonus, yeah?
Yeah, but your bonus dash is a further 80. It's not a total. So I move 80, and then I move a second 80. So I've moved in total 160, and then I have to use a third movement to get to the 240.
But right, so dash is two movements though, yeah?
No, so
No, it's just your movement again, isn't it?
is your
It's just additional movement. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're
So
thinking of
it's-
disengage. It lets you move 5 times.
No, I am literally doing
Star
Stagger Edition
Wars,
rules
yeah.
of movement. Yeah. Okay.
So yes, that will end my turn.
Okay. A tail lashes out at you as you hack
Bring
at
it
it from
here.
behind.
Your AC is increased by 2,
It
and
is.
you have advantage on dexterity checks.
Are you going to manually amend it, or should I just make my attack at a -2?
I have already amended it.
Jesus, the man is powerful.
He is now, if only he had more than 13 strength. It does have advantage actually because I'm attacking recklessly.
Okay, well that hits. You are knocked 15 feet backwards and are prone. And even the fact you're prone, I don't think it will. You will just still zoom straight back up to it. So you are 15 foot back and prone in the snow.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever. It is now the Dagger Dog's turn. It runs. It goes 70, 140, and then bamps ahead and is 200 feet ahead of you. I'm sure you don't give a shit. Next up after that is Bartandalis.
Whose owls carrying me?
Probably mine, seeing as I'm probably the. Actually, is Sir Eric going to be lighter than me because he's made of skeleton?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sir Eric's owl.
Then I will start climbing up onto the back of the owl, so I'm not being hung. If that's all right, using like sticky web hands as well as I'm. Is that going to be okay for me to do?
Yeah, might piss it off later when you pull some feathers out.
Is that my movement for me to just maneuver onto the back of the?
Yeah, climbing onto it as it lands. Yeah, but I mean, you'd be sacrificing your movement to it, I guess. Anyway, now.
Yeah, but I want to use my action to cast Cure Wounds on Seric.
Okay.
Let me double check him. Cast Cure Wounds. And I will cast it at Ooh, I'll do it at second level.
As the healing magic touches his undead form. It burns, it burns. Okay, cool.
Did very little.
It did.
You can feel the warmth running as the whole touch of Lathander washes over him. And I'm holding on to his actual ribs.
Okay. So Eric doesn't have his bow, so can't even do anything. The owls all move you. What is it? 60. So dashing 120, but half a carrying back to 60. Is it?
Yeah.
So it moves you all a notch closer. Cora, it is you. Sorry, it's Esmeralda first. I don't think by this point she has anything in range. Oh no, magic missile has a crazy range, doesn't it? 120. Well, I think firebolt is also 120. Is it not? Yep, she's going to firebolt. Yeah, foot hanging from a bloody talon of something. Oh, sorry, Halvor. Mrs. Halvor hits the dagger dog. Like a wet fart. Okay, Cora, it is you.
So I still have Hunter's Mark on the dagger dog.
You do.
I saw the effect of my bolus arrows on the other dudes, and would quite like to fire a bolus arrow at him too to slow him down.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yes,
that is
he's
a
running and vamping, isn't he? He's not just vamping away.
Now he is sprinting it, and every few seconds, every 6 seconds or so, he just ahead.
Cool. Well, if I can stop him doing the sprinting bit, that would be awesome. So I'm gonna bolus arrow this dude. Then he's not a huge giant creature, is he?
Yes.
Oh, is he? So it wouldn't work.
He is
What did
huge.
you say again? I'm just going to quickly check the bowls. It affects a large or smaller creature, so it wouldn't work because he's huge.
In that case, I don't think I want to do that. I'm just gonna fire some arrows at him.
I
Okay.
think because of the distance, I think it would be disadvantageous.
At this point, yeah. At this distance, not this point.
I thought I've got like 600 foot range.
Yeah, so after the first 150 feet, then it's disadvantage up to 600, and then after 600 you can't attack them.
So he's more than 600 foot away now.
No, he's more than 150.
So it's disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm still gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oof.
Cool. You do that again?
Sure. The first one just digs in to the into the arse of it next to the tail, and there's a roar as it goes, and you hear again in that sort of twisted abyssal Barthandelus this time something that sounds almost like a drawn out moan of "it hurts." Then the other one fires Cora, and as it hits, the dagger dog just goes tumbling into this enormous, clumsy roll that just throws up snow as it pretty much rolls and tumbles for a while, head over heels. For a good, the speed it's going, Halvor, you see it going at about... It travels about 60 foot even doing this, and remains in a crumpled heap.
Oh, is it alive?
I don't know, you're a long way away.
I presumably will have already clambered on the back of my owl, but if I haven't, that's what I was going to use my...
Oh yeah, this has been happening whilst you've been gripped by the owl.
Shooting from Owlback right now.
I'm that good. in that case, I'm just going to shout to Halvor, "Be careful! Who knows if he's really dead?" And that's my turn.
Halvor hears nothing because of the rush of wind in his
There's
ears.
nothing
And he's
Just blood.
Yeah, Halvor, it's you.
well, sadly, the 60 feet of rolling in the snow has pushed him into the range where I must move, dash, dash, and then dash. So I can't catch up to it.
We can say that was a bit less, but that was for flavour.
I catch up to it, and I don't know.
It is.
What do I?
So it is covered in enormous wounds. Lying, it's not like on its side, but it's pretty much like the legs have just given underneath it. The eyes are slightly dim, and the chest is heaving very, very slowly. And it seems extremely close to death. And you see it just trying to just drag itself up back onto its limbs or forward towards you and just fail. And it is still huge, and the tail still swings around it almost reflexively. But it seems to be in its final moment, perhaps.
I lift up my axe above my head and bring it down in a coup de grace. Shall I roll attack?
No. Tell me what you do.
As it's kind of lying there and it's kind of scrabbling, maybe try and pull itself up again if it can, I just lift up the axe and then I'm going to aim for right where its like ear is to get right through its skull and come crashing down.
The moment before you swing, you just hear a, "For whom do you strike?"
I strike for Helm and for Argenvost.
Okay. You kill it. The axe goes right into it, and with a final, the echoes around the empty, icy fields, the dagger dog is slain.
Woo!
As Halvor's arms turn to noodles.
I pat,
Into the noodles the whole time.
I pat Sir Eric on the shoulder. Got it. Got it.
God, moving that fast is awesome.
See if you have a temple, guys. I'm just imagining him running like Dash from The Incredibles sort of style.
Yeah, except like 200 pounds and carrying a massive axe.
A much scarier Dash, for sure.
Halvor then patiently waits while for the teammates to catch up on their slow owls.
Who are you calling slow?
And I am going to start working on the dagger dog. I'm sure this might take me quite some time, that's fine. I'm going to try and remove the stinger from its tail. I want to take the canines from its mouth. And then maybe discuss with Bartandless whether he thinks its eyes or claws are worthwhile removing. But those should serve as a proof enough that we've killed it at least. And might be useful.
There's going to be a moment whilst you're waiting for us to arrive and land and disembark, as my spell runs out after a minute. You are overwhelmed with a sense of lethargy, and you suddenly can't move or take actions until the end of your next turn.
Oh, for 6 seconds.
And as that happens, The dagger dog suddenly rises up
Seize its moment. Yeah, get off.
and stands next to Halvor.
Well tracked. It is a fine kill.
That was certainly a tougher battle than I thought.
But yet, the day was won.
Indeed. It shall terrorize the people here no more. I wish we could discern its origin. It is a foul beast.
The mountainside is all the more safer for its demise. To think, as I poke at it with my sword now, to avoid describing that and changing the voice, that this slew a rock. I am not surprised. It was most formidable.
Indeed, it has far more magic than expected. Not just a beast of physical prowess, but monstrous ability also.
And he just kneels, takes one knee, and just sort of looks it in the face. And sort of sizes up for a moment. And then he just kind of slowly drops down to a second knee. And just bows his head a bit.
I just kind of pat my hand on his bony shoulders, expecting for him to never look up again.
And there's just a quiet exhale from the lungless being that draws out for a few seconds. And Sir Eric remains lifeless on his knees before the dagger dog. And you just hear like the sword softly sort of clatter to a bit of stone concealed under the snow.
I will approach him, kind of looking over him. I just kind of collapse to the floor for a minute and just kind of sit next to him in the snow.
Alright, there was some going, right?
Yes, I thought it was going to elude us based on speed alone, but that spell, whew. It's a shame we haven't thought that out before.
Well, there's never been a time where I felt that you needed to be 320 feet ahead of us.
I'll tell you, as I sunk my axe in it for the last time, I heard Zirin Hala. I think he was intent on checking my allegiances.
And?
I mean, as weak as I still feel, it's clear that he's not in it for anything positive. So I told him that I will do my best to fight for Helm and to fight for Argenvost, not for him.
Oh, sorry.
Oh!
No. I meant to click Thunder. Click Dagger Dog out of bloody habit. Sorry, go on, Alvor.
I can't say that I won't miss the strength that he granted me when I was on his side, but I'm sure that I'm avoiding a worse fate.
Yeah. You don't need him. You managed to do this without him.
Without him, we managed to do this in spite of him. I'm still weaker than ever before.
Well, now that we might be able to rest a little easier in an evening. Got a little more to spare. I can see if you're cursed or not. Trying to move it. Feel like it goes deeper than that.
Me too, but I appreciate it. I think it's worth at least a try. I certainly hope this baleful condition doesn't last forever.
And kind of like take a big breath, stand up, Halvor pat on the shoulder. I look down at Eric. Was there anything we had to take? Should we take his sword to return to Sir Godfrey?
Well, he's not going to use it.
Well, his original sword, he still has that, right? But he also has a great sword that we gave him, so we can at least take that back. I suppose we can return it to Argenvostholt. I'm sure they would appreciate it. I don't believe it was magical, so...
At least proof that he's done the task, I guess. I don't know if they'll just know.
I don't think he would willingly part with it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We couldn't recover his bow.
Shame. Seemed like a fine bow, but it is what it is. And I'll pick up Seric's sword and I'll stow it away.
Okay. It's just a regular longsword.
Yeah.
Butchered greatsword in there as well, which I shall do now. Because it's heavy as shit.
I'm gonna take 10 minutes. I'm gonna sit on a rock and
I was just going to this. If no one had cottoned onto it, I was about to go and play the sound.
take out my spellbook and I'm gonna start casting detect. Yeah, detect magic. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Yeah, still looks all fucky, but Aurora. Okay, 10 minutes. At the end of it, you do detect not that the dagger dog is magic, but there is something magic, what looks to be like within its chest.
Ooh.
I will. It means it all exposed enough, like with its ribs and stuff, that I can kind of pull them open and reach in for it.
It would be messy work, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind mess. I'll start kind of like having a little cracking until I've got eyes on whatever I think it is, and what magic do I detect off it?
Make me a medicine check to see how quickly we get to this.
Okay.
It's not going to be a failure. You can tell that it's roughly where it's in there. This is more to see, is this a Robb Stark beheading or a Theon beheading?
Normal?
Yes. Yeah, quite quickly you are able to pinpoint where whatever it is seems to be, and with a bit of cutting and the occasional sort of clumsy like pries and clumps of flesh and maybe sinew a part of your fingers, you rapidly uncover something. I've struggled to think of the best way of describing this. My description for it is possibly something that only Lindsay will be very familiar with. But do you know, if you can imagine when you see these like neglected horses that have like had a I forget what like the face muzzle is for a horse, and it's been left on and they keep growing, and it kind of just does that horrible thing where their body's kind of grown around it as it's been pulled against them more. I know Lindsay very much knows what I mean, but can you both of you imagine that?
Yeah.
There appears to be just sort of stretched to its limit, taut inside like the twisted mass of flesh and sinew, a very thin, tarnished, or very tarnished, chain, and from the middle of it is hanging a small, filthy locket of amber.
Ooh, the same kind of amber that the Amber Temple is made out of, perhaps.
Of the amber kind.
Ambi Tempi.
We might have to wait until later to do a little bit of restful identifying.
Well, I cast it as a ritual anyway, so I think maybe spend another 10 minutes before I actually start manhandling it. What do you think?
Did you do that to the amber that we found originally, and did you detect it as being scary?
Detected that it was.
It had a bit. You did detect it and identify it, and it didn't have any obvious overt magical use. But if you remember, it had been sort of magically primed for the containment of something.
Yeah. Didn't you tell us? I don't know. Oh yeah, no, we'd seen that it was like skeleton horses that had been being carried, and yeah.
And that was a big block. I think it was like 15 by 15 feet, something like that. That one, or 20 by 15 it was.
I say,
This creature, there's obviously something evil about it. The locket in here, I'm almost apprehensive to touch until I know what it is.
Well, that sounds like a wise decision then. Perhaps wrap it in some cloth and put it away safely for now.
Sounds good.
and I will go over to Sir Eric and kind of has he got a dagger on him, like a skinning knife or something? He must have.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah,
he did have.
Did he not go into the body of somebody that has the dagger on their boots? Okay, I will take like a bit of cloth off whatever scraps is part of the clothing that he's got on him, and I will reach in.
I would perhaps reconsider.
Why?
Look at what happened to him.
I don't plan on wearing it or anything. Think it just being in my position?
Well, you can make your own risks. I've just given my advice.
And I will withdraw my hand and then kind of look up.
You know what, maybe I'll try and see what it is whilst it's here before we mess with it. And look at this thing, yeah?
Very well. I'm going to continue trying to get the useful bits out of the dagger dog, and as proof of its demise, and perhaps something we can use. What do you think about its eyes or claws? Any value? Any use? I was planning on digging some teeth in its stinger at least.
Anything I can look over and roll, DM? Arcana or nature or anything?
Make me an Arcana check. There is nothing natural about this creature. Yeah, you would have enough knowledge. Hold on, am I still on spooky voice? No, I'm back to normal voice. You would have enough knowledge that you would know that a creature like this, a potent venom in the stinger like that, there will almost certainly be applications of that. You, going off the fact that you knew it to speak Abyssal, and the implications that may have just been placed into your mind, you would be able to make a fairly confident guess that this is a fiend, and that the eyes and teeth and blood of fiends are potent for a number of horrific and powerful magical rituals and can be fashioned into horrid daggers and perhaps even arrows.
Ooh. And I look it over and say, the blood, definitely. And I'm kind of taking some of the vials out that I got from Anya and hand over some vials. Teeth and the eyes. Don't know whether they'll... Did you say the stinger as well?
Oh yeah, the stinger would be the thing that is a given to you, I'd say, with a nat 20. It's a skill check. I do hate to be insensitive, Sir Eric, but... Oh, you're here twice, I see, as well. And now you're not here at all.
What are you saying, Cora?
I'm saying it seems like a very Horace Slughorn kind of move.
I mean, I've been decapitating people since I got here, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, but he goes and steals Aragog's venom, doesn't he? And takes his fangs and stuff when he's just dead.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I get to work on that.
Yeah. I'll have the bag of holding at the ready to carry the stinger.
Okay.
For a huge creature, I imagine it is a rather large stinger.
Yeah, I think the stinger itself is like 10-15 feet. But yeah, so you can...
The stinger's in his full tail, yeah? Like,
oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna it's like you and Halvor chuckle brother in it into the bag of holding. Yeah, 5 foot stinger if we're including the bud, which you would know is where the venom is, much like how pee is stored in the balls.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess with eyes, teeth, and the stinger at least, this would be identifiable to the townsfolk as the Dagger Dog.
Certainly.
Okay. Then yeah, Halvor gets to work whilst I am casting Identify. Every time I go to touch the thing, the locket with the feather to kind of like brush along it while I'm casting Identify, I'm very, very careful not to touch it myself.
You get 2 things. You get that it is, when worn, this will allow the wearer to hear a specifically attuned gong, regardless of where they are, if they're on the same plane. Beyond that quite mundane effect, you do just feel that strange, difficult to define dodginess that you felt in the Amber Inn Death House.
Okay. I will take it in the cloth.
Okay.
And I will wrap it and keep it in my pocket for now.
Okay. So yeah, Halvor's butchering takes a little while longer if he's trying to do it nicely. But eventually, yes, you have those things. So what was it? Type it out for me, and I'll make items for next time. What you were taking from the Dagger Dog? Stinger.
Right.
I was focusing on its stinger, canines, teeth, and then whatever Bothandler said, which were blood, eyes, and then also teeth and stinger. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the main ones I was thinking of were the stinger and teeth, but then obviously blood and eyes as well. Once Bothandler's pointed them out.
Make me a medicine check, please. Oh, you got 3 vials. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, a creature that size, 3 vials. Even if you were shit at it and fucking it up, you're still going to get 3 vials eventually. Sorry, this one's platelets. So yeah, you have that. Cool. I'll add all that in later. So what next?
We should probably head back to its lair, see if it keeps anything there.
Indeed. We're not too far up, you're a few 100 feet away, right? Can we find our way back? Let's try and, the dagger dog left some pretty sizable tracks, so I'll see if I can't track it back. You guys can keep flying above and let me know if you can see well from up there.
What
Sure.
happened? What happened with the black puddings? The slime creatures.
We left them way behind. We didn't think there was much point in fighting them, and we could just outrun them.
Indeed, none of them was slain, but since you rescued Eric, they were just left down there for, they weren't that much of a threat when we were so far away.
Probably gonna have to clean them out there. See if there's more of them. Maybe it might be a nice place to rest for the evening out of the elements.
That's a good point. It would be nice to have proper shelter with a single entrance. However, they hit hard, I can tell you that.
I think we're better off just asleep in the open, to be honest.
I kind of agree with Valdandlos on this one.
Why?
Because I would like 4 walls around me and no wind. And
Be able to set the fire.
since we're going to have to keep watch now.
Every time my owls attacked them, they were splitting into more of them.
That's good to know. Although the owls, perhaps they can be killed with more fancy, magics than some simple owl claws.
Seriously, can't we just stay away from the slime creatures?
Well, at the very least, we want to go find out if there was anything to take with us.
Oh, there was some loot.
Oh, now
Was there? What did you tell us? You didn't tell us anything. What did you see?
In my little corner of the cave that I went to, there was some loot consisting of daggers and some gems,
Dogs.
I think. Yes, some dogs. Yeah, maybe we should go back. Seriously, I'm not sure I'm that fussed. I genuinely would vote for not having to go back and fight more things, seeing as I am out of my good spells now.
It's fine. You've got arrows. You're good. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Look, they weren't particularly fast, right? Push comes to it, we can just leave, but we should at least go and see what was there.
Oh, and Cora definitely grabs any arrows that were sticking out of the dagger dog.
Yeah,
No, which was 2 she shot it with at that point.
yeah.
So I've
More
loaded.
than-
I've loaded the
Yeah,
cave.
I did hit him with other ones last week. But they
Last
probably
week,
fell off.
but they've gone off now. Yeah, we'll sort that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I've loaded you into the cave.
Can we see the black puddings anywhere?
Not at first
Keep an eye
sight.
out. They could be oozing from anywhere.
I'm gonna walk along the roof and loop down the hole, see if I can see.
But they like would still be on, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's either an hour or 8 hours.
Okay, yeah. Takes you a few seconds to see them. They seem to have settled back into the rockwork on the floor in the immediate absence of anything happening down there or any life being nearby, and they have gone dormant once again.
Okay. Yes, it lasts for 1 hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Cora's head back to where she saw the loot before, but noticing all the skulls, she's going to shout, "Hey, Bartandalis, you want to check if this stuff's got any magic on it before we try and take it?"
And as my
It'd still be up, wouldn't it?
Still be up, yeah, it should be.
You detect hella magic in the pile of glittery goods in the corner.
And can you tell what type of magic it is?
Hella.
Hella type.
Hell
Yeah.
magic, as in demon magic.
I'd better just take this for safekeeping then.
So I'm kind of like walking along the rooftop and then just casually kind of like start striding down the walls. So then I'm kind of like coming into this little grotto on the floor. And I'll crouch down and I'll separate the items to one side that appear to be magic. as I can tell what type of magic they are on each one as well.
So you're happy to touch them?
Well, I want to detect what kind of magic they are before I'm picking them up.
Oh god, a variety of schools of magic. Nothing that sets any alarm bells going off would be to summarise me not looking up and reading a list of things in one go.
Sure. So there's just how many magic items are there?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh my god,
6.
counting.
6. I would give it to you as well. You were around it long enough that you immediately recognise Sir Eric's bow.
Oh.
Awesome.
And,
So this is clearly the Dagger Dog's little hoard of stuff that he's collected, right?
I just said there's only Sir Eric's bow that's magic. Unbelievable.
Then it's fine if I
Insight.
take it all then.
She can tell by the smile on my face. All I want to say is that I think it was worth us coming back here, Cora.
Is it safe to take though?
I don't know. I mean, it's been taking them off at people that are travelers. I feel like the only thing that's questionable is this necklace.
I would give to you, as your magic aside, looking at the trove of things here and what you've just been hearing in your head, you would probably be concerned that one of these appears to be an amber brooch.
Oh.
Just in case that makes you treat that one differently to the others.
Is this a magical cape on the floor next to Cora?
No, it wasn't, was it?
It is
Or
a
no, it's just
extremely grubby, tattered, soiled sleeping bag.
Okay, I'll rip a strip of that off and I will wrap the amber brooch
Okay.
and put that in my other pocket. So I'm now
That
flanked.
was something that had magic on, yeah.
What was the sleeping bag?
No, the brooch was magic.
The amber
Yeah,
brooch. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay, so I'll take that out and I'll start collecting everything.
Yeah.
And then see.
So there's 500
7.
500 gold in
Oh, it collects gold as well.
gold coins of assorted mint. There is a brooch made of amber. I have proper items for the identified things here, so don't worry about making shitty versions. There is, as we're identified, yeah, a very fine looking longsword. A pair of what kind of look like earrings, but they don't seem to have any sort of pin or means of putting them on.
Okay.
And a very strange glowing metal sphere.
Ooh. Okay.
Which looks like that.
Ooh, that looks cool.
That looks crony.
That's like a clock, eh?
Yeah, chronosphere.
Yeah. Super
How many slimes were there? 4 or 3?
Well, originally, there were only 3. Now there are 5. Well, last count
Are they
there
all
were
the same
5.
size, or is there 5 smaller ones?
Oh, yes, there is 1 large and 4 normal, medium.
Okay. Now that I've seen them, can I see if I know anything about such creatures?
Yeah, make me an Arcana check, I think it would be. You know that all you really know is that in terms of gelatinous creatures and oozes and puddings and all that, flans, whatever they get called from region to region, the black ones are apparently notorious for breaking, melting down, and decaying the weapons and armor that are used against them. Like a piece of rope wrapped around one, for example, Cora.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, is Halvor still up there? Are people gathering?
I'm mainly staying there as kind of a bit of a lookout.
Okay.
I was with you looking and collecting said stuffs.
Okay. I will, let's just put this away for now, then decide what we're gonna do about these oozes. And I will add the items into the bag of holding so we can identify them shortly, and put in the gold as well.
Okay.
And this is just a big pile of skulls, right? Or is it just bones as well?
Yeah, they are skulls. Well, they're kind of scattered around the floor of this chamber. Really, they're not. In. There's quite a deliberate, neat. This is where I keep my skulls.
I mean, I can't speak with dead anymore, so I'll leave them. Okay. I will casually start walking up.
Never gets old.
Yeah.
This was as we were. This all happened whilst we were interrupted from our sleep, didn't it?
Yes.
Well, I think we should probably make camp. My vote would be to back ourselves into the room over here, and we're definitely going to have someone keep watch now that we don't have Sir Eric.
My daylight will only last for an hour.
Well, you know that I'm happy to stand guard for as long as you guys need to take a rest, and then maybe someone take over for me when you're ready for the daylight to be recast.
Yes, we're going to. Perhaps if we could build a fire, that would be good. But overall, I think we're going to be sleeping in darkness for the most part.
I'm more bothered about is keeping watch on these things. Can't see them, that becomes considerably more difficult. Did I cast darkness on any... I know I cast it on myself. I think Halvor just had my light spell. Giant fire. So there's only me and Cora that can currently see in the darkness, I think, yeah?
Think so.
Okay, then kind of like leaning against the wall. I think I've got about, I don't know, another 7 hours on my spell, so I should be okay seeing in the dark. I can take the first watch, and then Cora can see naturally anyway. But I think if I cast the first watch, then somebody wake me up next. I can still cast a spell on them so that they can see in the dark for their watch, and then Cora do the last one.
I mean, I think we can probably rely on hearing for the most part. If you hear a sludgy slime approaching, then you know it's bad news.
Yeah.
Plus, they do have the hand axe of warning still. So if any threat comes, then we'll all be awoken. So we could just have no watch, to be honest.
Also, I noticed when I looked down and saw the slimy monsters reacting to the fire that they seem to be shying away from it, so maybe a fire would be a good idea.
I mean, yeah, we could start a few fires, and whoever's... I feel like somebody should be on watch. I mean, it's not just these things. Anything could come into this cave for all we know, right?
You don't feel comfortable relying on the axe?
I mean, it didn't wake up when it came for Sir Eric.
Out of character, if initiative were to be started, we would all be immediately awoken. Anyone within 30 feet.
So it's basically roll initiative as usual. It's a case of you are not surprised.
What does it do, the hand axe of warning, sorry?
I'll put it in the chat, hang on.
Cool. Oop.
What was that?
Okay.
Was that a real noise?
What are you talking about? No, misclick.
Oh, so incapacitated by something other than normal magical sleep. Okay. Oh, well then. Then, yes. To hell with it. Let's
Yeah,
set
as
it
long
to
as everyone's within 30 feet, then we I mean, we might be a little bit unhappy with what we see, but we won't be jumped in the night necessarily.
What about if we get a few fires going? Because at least keep us warm as well. It might be one of the few nights that we get to be a little bit warmer. We could actually have some pretty decent fire. And it should keep them away anyway.
Certainly, if we can find anything worth burning, maybe the
Did we
old
not bring
people's
fuel?
bag shit.
Did we not put fuel in the thing?
Don't recall it being on the thing.
Let me have a look on the thing.
Just sleeping bag you can burn.
In the box and rope, but no wood.
That was. I thought we'd cut some wood down from one of the trees when we found the little lad.
Did we? We have trees, so that would be a sensible choice, but did we do it?
I don't know. I mean, the bedroll's not going to last that
Last
long.
more than seconds.
Okay. We are seemingly without fuel.
Burn bones.
Burn the bones. You know what? Whatever. I'm too tired to even worry about it.
I mean, you have some tents, some spare tents.
No, we ditched them. We don't have any spare tents.
Oh shit, yeah.
Everything we've got spare is like cloth, essentially, which would burn for no time at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we all doing?
Torches.
So yeah, torches will burn, and they last a while, but they're not going to make an inferno, are they?
I've got like a couple of torches. It wouldn't be good for anything other than one small fire, really.
Yeah, let's just forget about it.
At least we're out of the wind and the snow. Mostly. And with that, it's time for a cup of tea.
Can you move me over this invisible wall, DM? Thank you. And I will sit down and lay out the magic items in front of me on the floor, and one by one, start identifying them.
Okay, which one are you doing first?
Where are they? Have you placed them in any of the bags? Or
No,
are you gonna add-
not you identified them. Yeah.
I will start with the amber brooch. This is going to take me 10 minutes for each one. Ooh, cute.
That's cool.
You identify turtle brooch. This gold and amber brooch resembles a turtle that has been flipped onto its back. Whilst you're wearing it, standing up from prone costs 5 foot less of your movement. It does not require attunement.
I think however having that will be super useful.
Yeah.
It's always getting bashed by shit.
So that's all it does. Just have it on your person. It costs 5 foot less.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody?
Halvor's the only one that really gets close to people, so
Yeah. I will hand that over to Halvor. Next one. The fine sword.
Despite all of its, well, I say despite. No, it is. The icon is unremarkable. I will let you decide within reason what the sword actually looks like, but it is a +2 longsword.
Ooh. So it's just a standard +2.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing else. Okay. So whoever wants a +2 longsword, then they can decide what it does. This the amber turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel like the magic from the amber thing and the necklace?
No,
Okay.
you didn't get that same vibe.
Okay. So, oh yeah, this is a cheeky, easy little thing. Yeah, I'll just use this. I turned you into a turtle.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's identify the bow.
It is Sir Eric's +1 bow.
Okay.
You have the
yeah,
kind of earrings and the orb.
I'll do the earrings next.
Okay.
Am I missing something?
What are you missing?
So there's you said there were 7 magic items. Turtle brooch,
1, 2,
sword,
3.
bow, earrings,
4.
sphere, and
Did I say 7? 1,
I thought it
2,
may be not.
3, 4, 5. I thought it was 5. Because I've not got his bow on here. I've got to need to put it up the other thing.
Okay. These are the earrings of Griffin's saddleback.
So these are.
I've not read them.
What'd you say?
I don't know what they actually do, Doctor. I've not read them.
Okay, so these are the eyes of the beheld. These button-sized metal trinkets typically come in sets of 2 and resemble the fearsome visage of a one-eyed monster. As an action, I know, yeah, unfortunate. As an action, you can place one firmly on a solid surface. Whilst in feet of one, you can use a bonus action to speak a command word and cause the eye to open. And then if you look through the eye in one, you can see out the other. There's more detail and specifics to that, but I will add them to your bag for you to read now.
That's cool.
Okay. So it's basically a spying thing. You leave it somewhere and you can look through it, yeah?
Basically like portable keyhole.
Okay.
I've dropped it in your bag.
Which of these items are attunement?
Weapons?
Weapons?
The weapons, yeah.
Okay. And then let's have a look at the sphere.
Yeah. So this is Chronal Sphere. This brass sphere is roughly fist-sized and weighs 1 pound. It vibrates gently whilst you hold it, as tiny mechanisms whir inside. Whilst holding the sphere, you can use a bonus action to speak its command word, causing spectral clock hands to appear on its curved surface and indicate the current time. The hands remain on the surface of the sphere until you speak the command word again. This only functions in the material plane. Spells! Whilst holding the sphere, you can use an action to either cast the haste or slow spell. DC 18, no concentration required. The sphere can only do this once for each spell. Ever.
So, can you read that last bit again? And then I need to clarify something else. And I don't know if you've overlooked it, but this can only be used on the material plane, which we are not on.
We kind of are. It's a demi-plane, but everything about it is material. People have been shifting from into the ethereal. So I have a whole campaign. I've treated this as that you are, for the most part, in a small, very specific, weird part of the material.
Okay, cool. That's fine then.
I've not given you an item that can't be used. I was looking for all Griff stuff, and some of the items like that's a really cool helmet. Oh, it's for Dragonborn only. It's like that'll be quite annoying.
I mean, I think you are allowed to change what they're allowed to do.
No,
it's up to you.
Griff will come and tell me off. I've put it in your bag. It can cast slow and haste once ever.
Oh, okay.
But its main function is that it can tell us the time, right?
I mean, that's probably more useful to you at the moment.
Yep. By the way, I did send my owls away because I was scared that they were going to come and attack us after an hour.
No, but I can, and they have.
Please, yes.
So, Chronal Sphere, Eyes of a Beheld, Longsword +2, Turtle Brooch, Eric's Bow +1.
Can you drag these onto the bag of holding items and not mine so that other people can see them?
Can't you move them into the bag of holding?
I do not believe we can trade between people, can we?
Son of a... Turtle brooch is in there. Chronal sphere is in there. Rise of the Beheld is in there. And then there was... Where's the long... I don't actually think I put longsword in there. From you. Is Halvor back to get excited about the sword?
Not currently, but he also didn't sound that excited by it when he popped back a second ago because it only gave him a +2 and apparently his other sword gets more shit, so...
Fair enough. Happy days for Esmeralda.
Is she upgrading from a +1 to a +2?
Maybe, if he doesn't want it. If nobody else wants it.
Apparently he needs to do some maths to work out whether or not it's worth me.
He's got a theory craft it, has he?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're all under loot. Okay. Curse of Strahd. But there is only... So it's just the items that require attunement. Cool. Well, we'll wait for Halvor to come back and I'll have a read of these then.
While he's doing that then, I'll grab a drink. Oh.
He's back now.
Back. Just need more water. It's all well and good having a nice little funny hydrate emoji on my stream. But by the time that these streams end, Jesus Christ, I'm busting for a piss. Okay, so items are identified. What are we doing? Are you just having a good night's sleep with the safety of the axe nearby?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. We won't mess the session up, but you all level up in your sleep. So we'll have have that sorted for next week.
Nice.
What do you mean? Oh my god! It's only been, I think, 18 weeks. So it takes you all to what, level 11, I think?
It does.
It does.
Nice. So yeah, there we go. And yes, apply a long rest. Halvor, you have conflicting dreams. Thunder prominently. The general feeling of your dream is feeling torn between the expectations of Helm, Zrinhala, and Argynvost. One filling you with a sense of the lifelong order of things, and the responsibility you've always felt towards Helm, yet undermined by the fact that you've seen or felt very little of Helm in your time here. Argynvost with very clear and good expectations, but having already failed to save this land, perhaps. And Zrinhala, whose overall motives and goals remain unclear, but with that very, very real strength and the effect they've had on your personality, which they still have on your personality. But yeah, and you wake up perhaps a little confused. Please apply a long rest, Bartandalis.
Don't suppose you had it in you before you went to sleep. Try remove curse.
No, I didn't have any left.
Well, we'll do it at the end of the day today if we need to. What time is it?
Hey, take out the chrono watch. Time is it,
Yeah, as you're settling down for sleep, exhausted after your interrupted night's sleep, you are somewhat horrified. Well, not horrified. You are somewhat frustrated, Bartandalis, to see that it is 2:30 in the afternoon. It is obviously slipped away bit by bit over the days and weeks. Are you just gonna sleep until you're rested, or are you gonna try and readjust the body clocks?
I think we'll probably just sleep until rested. I think Halvor should have the chrono thing, so he can cast haste on himself.
It casts haste?
It casts haste or slow. Spell, save DC 18, no concentration required. Save DC? Oh, okay. From it, once the sphere has used to cast the spell this way, it can't be used to cast that spell again. When the sphere has been used to cast both of these spells, it loses this property. So you get to cast haste once and slow once.
Ever.
Does that mitigate any need for attunement?
It doesn't have attunement on this.
Interesting.
Do you want it, or is it the kind of thing you would sooner have me or somebody else cast on you so that you don't have to use your action? I'm happy kind of having these things to bolster people.
It does take a bit of setup. It might be worth maybe you or maybe like Ez having it, because I mean my actions are pretty set in stone when it comes to combat. Yeah, so not using it for setup probably would be beneficial. Plus, we only get one, so it's, I don't know, going to be an emergency anyway.
Yeah.
If we could do it all the time, then that'd be good.
I'll keep it on me for now.
Okay.
Because I could probably go with not having haste and slow always prepared, so I might only need to re-prepare them once this is run out. So it frees up 2 spell slots for me.
Plus, there are times when you're like, oh, I'm already concentrating, I'm just going to use Sacred Flame. Instead, haste.
Yeah. I could have 2 hastes going at the same time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I don't think they would cast on the same person, but like, can you just imagine like 2 people chasing after the dagger, like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Now that it's dead, by the way, I will tell you that is a demon called a Shusura.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it feels like this is a Strahd weapon, really, doesn't it? If it's got one use, this feels like it's coming with us till the end of the game. Not having to concentrate, having haste for like the battle.
Potentially, since it's non-concentration, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll probably we'll just keep it in the bag of holding for now. It doesn't make. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I think Halvor might as well have the turtle brooch on him, and we'll just keep the eyes of the beheld in the bag of holding as well. If we find any use from. No one can use the bow, I don't think.
Oh, I will take bow. It's just +1 bow, right?
It is.
I'm currently carrying a mundane longbow, so I would happily chuck
Fuel
that
for the fire.
Instead, or burn it.
How many arrows do you have?
Currently 0.
How many?
I think I gave them all to Cora.
I will happily receive any more should anyone wish to give them to me. I only have 18 at the moment, I think.
I think she would have recovered a couple from.
Yes, should have gone back to 20.
Thank you.
I think you should maybe give a couple to Halvor, so he's got them there as a spec. You can always hold them and give them back, if you ever run out and stuff.
Would you like some arrows?
I will take 2 arrows.
In that case, you can take the 2 from the Durgan dog.
Can I borrow some arrows? Yes, but in that dog. Go
Yeah,
and
there you go.
retrieve them. Okay, so a night's rest is had. You wake up a bit warmer than usual, assuming that each of you kept the fire stoked on your watches. And a new not day doesn't dawn.
I get my ornamency stuff when I level up. If I know a creature's name and it is within the range of the spell, I can target the creature even if I can't see it or it has total cover. I can fireball you when I can't see you!
Halvor. Okay. What are we doing?
Yeah, we all feel good, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, what are we hanging around for? Let's head off, eh?
Yeah. Did Angelo die, or did they just not get him out in that fight?
You didn't get him out?
That seemed like an oversight. Saying that, I'd already done some damage. I could have really cocked it up again, so I will...
You could have healed it to full.
Yeah, exactly.
And hasted it, and invisibility did it.
I will... As we kind of wake up and we're having rations, I'm going to kind of bamf Angelo from it while we're just kind of like sitting around the campfire eating. And then I'm going to reach into my bag of holding and take out Sergei.
Oh, okay. I'm turning his light off because his light's gone all fucking trippy on my screen as well. Well, to be fair, if it works for you guys, I can live with it. That's an oversight. That's giving him 30 foot on a map that is meant to be more theatre up and behind. So yeah, let's just leave it off. Okay, yeah. So Sergei is brought out of the bag of holding. The first time that this live baby, flesh golem baby from Babala Saga's hut, is brought out of the bag of holding, and it looks like a baby that you've just turned its back on for a couple of seconds. Immediately wide-eyed. Looks no worse for wear. Doesn't look unhappy.
I just kind of like got it like kind of cropped, like I'm like sat on the floor and it's just kind of like on my knee. I'm looking it over, and I say, in my head, "Do you know what this thing is?"
Seems to be no reply for a moment, and then just...
I think perhaps you're attributing a bit too much finesse to it. It's just a shell.
Construct, right? Waiting for a soul?
A macabre automaton. Oh, I don't think it could ever accommodate a soul. It's sad, really. Clearly an attempt to feel closer to a baby that was never truly hers.
So, it's nothing. It's just a thing, an object.
It isn't alive. It's... yes, a construct. She did visit upon that holy man once or twice.
Can a thing really have a name? I tried to sense its name. It said it was Strahd.
Then that is the name she gave it. Your companion who travelled with you until last night, he had a name. He no longer had a soul.
I think we'll see you soon.
You will. By the day's end.
And my eyes kind of widen slightly.
What does that mean?
As in we're nearly there. We'll be there by the end of the day.
Yeah, but there is no day's end.
Oh, that's a fair point. I mean, we've got a clock now, so now we can track the days. And then look, it's like 5 minutes to 12. Shit, we've got to be there quick.
Then I'll see you soon.
Beware of Xantras. He is not happy that I interfered in your ward.
I imagine that there's a few people there waiting to see us.
Indeed.
And the voice retreats from your mouth. Oh, go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, thank you.
As it disappears.
So yeah, the baby-ish Sergei looks up at you as you yeet him into the pudding pit.
Kind of have hold of it. And then... Oh, I don't know.
And he just sort of looks up at you with just a little bit of a smile.
A smile?
I have tasted the flesh of fallen angels.
No.
Okay. I'll keep him out of the bag for a little while.
Okay.
While I'm in heavy thought.
Halvor, Cora, what are you both doing?
We can wonder at the baby and Barty just staring at each other weirdly right now.
I suppose we're getting ready to set off, or I am, so distributing rations, and I will be gathering up my stuff.
Yep, Cora also, because she is keen to be on the way. She's still got Harris in mind.
Okay. Yeah, but unless you reach a point where maybe it was a bit of a discreet cough, you look up from your reverie with the baby, and Cora and Halvor are up, ready to go. Maybe one of them even puts the fire out. Come on.
There is no fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then I will. I'll get up. I've still got Sergei out. I'll kind of like hold him as we're leaving the cave.
So you're keeping him out. He does not have cold winter clothes on.
Yeah, no, but I also had him out in the cold, and it did nothing to him. And I held him underwater, and it did nothing. So I'm fine with just carrying him out into the cold.
Yeah.
I'll just walk with him for a bit.
Sure. So who is leading the way?
Anybody? Me.
Make me your survival check then.
I help her.
How?
With my eyes. And my knowledge of icy frozen terrain.
That seems fair. 25. So after sort of, you can immediately see the landmark of the Shasuva corpse. No, it feels weird. The dagger dog. The mutilated, the desiccated, destroyed, dead dagger dog. Can't think of another D word. And from there you see the natural path continues. You travel without event, except for once or twice throughout the day. You do hear and see one of your giant owls in the distance flying around. Now released from your summoning spell, but unable to leave Barovia. Anything that any of you want to do during the day's travel? Before I spring, yeah, I thought maybe.
Whilst Cora and Halvor are kind of like looking around and guiding the way, and I'm going to kind of like hang back a little bit.
Why have you linked me with a catapult spell? No, go on.
I'm gonna put Sergey back in the bag, and I am going to put on the necklace. Down the one.
Okay.
Do I feel anything?
Nope.
Okay. I will try and take it off. Can I take it off?
Yes.
I'll look it over in my hands. What did you say that it did? It
What
heard
hands?
a gong. Huh?
It allowed the wearer to hear a specific gong when it was rung.
A specific gong when it was rung. Do I know? Can I don't know whether it be religion about any like demonic gongs.
Make me a religion check with advantage.
Okay. Religion check with advantage.
2. Well, Angelo, you are very wise in the ways of religion. I would give it to you that you've heard once or twice of where temples are large enough or spread over an area, or shared across certain religions where time is everything for their sermons. Basically to allow them all to hear the ping for like a collective time of worship or a collective summons. So it may just be that this necklace was for the wearer to be able to hear when a gong was rung in wherever they came from.
Okay. I'm assuming that
you're not aware of any great prophecy of the earth-shattering gong of Orcus or anything like that.
Okay. Okay. Then I will.
Oh, sorry, 27. Yeah, that's all bullshit. It's the earth-shattering gong of Orcus.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'll leave it off for now.
Okay.
Can I detect whether it requires attunement? This thing.
You would have been able to detect it, and it did not.
Okay. Okay. I will put it in the bag of holding. No, I won't. I'll keep it in my pocket. I don't want to wear all my magic items there.
Okay.
And that was it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. The 5 or 6 hours of travel, you begin to see rocks rising up in the distance ahead. And as you draw ever closer, in the rockwork, you finally see large doors looming out of between the snow and the fog that kind of rolls across the surface.
Ooh.
Bartandalis, these are not the doors from your dream.
Well, they're on, for a start. Providing they are on.
They are.
Okay.
You think this is the place?
I mean, is there amber in the framework or anything, in the stonework?
I mean, are we getting right up to it to check?
I think we would be approaching, yeah.
You do not see any amber in the stonework. There is ice appears to have massively overtaken the structure. But having approached it for a while, you struggle to see how you could really be going anywhere else at this point. The landmarks environment sort of like funneled it towards this point eventually. There is orange on the front of the building, on the metal doors, but from this distance, it appears to be more rust.
I don't think so. I think we're heading the right way, but no, I don't think we're there yet. Some strange
Pass. Can we see what that is at, like, up the cliff? Is that there?
No, sorry, that's not there. It's just rock work.
And this just goes straight into the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does the architecture look dwarven or anything? Does it look classically like anything we've seen in Barovia?
It looks like nothing you've seen in Barovia, but it is not like immediately, oh, it's dwarven, it's elven. It's just a different architectural style.
Okay.
I don't know whether this leads through here or into here. Guess there's only one way to find out.
Perhaps it's a tunnel.
Yeah, maybe.
And I guess we will approach the doors. Don't know whatever that is, DM, but it's poking off the map.
There's a few things that are kind of poking off a map with it.
Okay.
So can you see where it pokes off a map out of interest? It doesn't cut off at the edge. I made this before I started drawing a wall around the edge of the canvas.
Yep, you have to draw a wall around the edge of the canvas.
Cool.
I was under the impression that because the changes they made to the extra space, that even if you draw a wall, players can see the padding.
Okay.
Now.
So yeah, there are two large, rusted over metal doors before you, Halvor, stretching some 10-15 feet up. I know a bit different to the image. Where they are like 100 feet.
What do you think, Botanzlus? Go for it.
And we didn't come all this way for nothing.
I knock.
A large,
The grid
echoing...
is misaligned as hell.
Yeah. Do you know what? Weirdly, it wasn't when I first sorted it. It's fine. It's just ugly.
But yes, I go. Knock, knock, knock.
This is with Dungeon Draft before I learned that maps should be gridless and put a grid on in Foundry. Yeah, just a hollow metallic knock echoes out. Nothing happens 10, 30 seconds later.
I'm gonna try and open it.
They swing open. It's So you find yourself in frosted over stone corridors where it looks like there's points where there's been holes in the ceiling and water and snow has leaked into the point where it's ended up being enormous, icy, translucent masses that just cast the light in strange ways.
Bartandalus, a little light.
I mean, we've got Angelo out as well, so I don't know where he is. You've not put him on the thing.
Halvor comes and gets some magical light from Bartandalus.
Yeah, it's so intense with two of them.
Angelo, fuck off. Angelo's light's intense.
Yeah. Well, no, if it's any two of the same colour overlapping goes crazy.
Oh, mine's still on. There you go.
I'm so far seeing corridors with ice and a few bones.
Are you still with us, Cora?
Indeed, I am.
Tab back in from Lacenza.
Lacenza.
Well, because there's only one
Halvor's like, no,
important
don't.
time to explore. I'm not sure if you can see on my screen, DM, but is there supposed to be a kind of a hole in that wall?
It's not coming through how I'd like. It's meant to be sort of like warped light from where the ice has cracked through. But yeah, I'm just going to wall over things like that. It's not a huge problem. It's from my my early amateur knowledge of, or lack thereof, of terrain walls.
I'm going to go this way to start.
Very well.
Squeeze past this ice.
And it is squeezing.
So, on those parts, am I just seeing ice encroaching through the exterior walls as far as I can
Yes,
tell?
yeah.
Okay.
As we have leveled up, DM, is it okay if I change my spells around at the beginning of the next session to incorporate any new ones that I pick up?
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm trying to do things now. I was like, no, not now. Just don't. Yeah, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I shouldn't be able to do this, but give me a freebie. Yeah, so you find little in this room of bare stone and hard snow, but some scattered, trashed, old wooden furniture.
And a tiny mouse.
Oh yeah, I forgot you put. I used to put. Where's Pot? Oh.
I didn't mean to. No, I didn't mean to.
You have triggered it.
I was looking over my spells, and then I didn't see that everybody had moved around. Okay.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to put a little mouse in every map I made.
Did that get old really fast?
But I haven't made a map in fucking forever, because as great as Dungeon Draft was, someone even better came along. Maps of Mad Cartographer.
Nice one.
Not really, relevant to Curse of Strahd, like, but...
We can move it quicker, guys. There's nothing this way, don't worry.
More ways. Let's check this door before we go any further. We don't want anything to surprise us from the rear. You know that feeling, right, Cora?
If only. So more trashed furniture in this room, and also and webs stretching out between three large pillars of ice. In the corner of the room,
We hate webs.
a dead body and what looks to be like a campfire and some equipment.
I make Cora look like Catwoman or something, or Batgirl.
Oh, what with yeah.
Angelo over her head.
Can we tell how long the dead body's been there? Is it a skeleton or?
It is pretty much a skeleton, yeah. There's some very, very tight, desiccated skin over it, but this is something that has been dead for years.
I am... Go on, are you having a look over it? Because I was
I
going
was
to
just
cast.
going to say, yeah, can we tell any
Oh,
injuries
sorry.
or anything to it? Or...
Well, you can see that the skull and shoulders seem to have been smashed to just fragments.
Is there, like, stains of where blood would have been, or...?
Not anymore. You can see that it's wearing an extremely weathered and damaged-looking sort of gambeson, as well as like leather leggings and boots.
I have Detect Magic prepared today. This is one of the spells that I was going through, which is why I lost track of where everybody had gone. So I will cast it as not as a ritual, but I will, for the first time, cast Detect Magic with a first level spell slot.
Just casting it live. Okay.
Casting it live.
You get nothing.
Okay.
I want to just have a little bit of a rummage around, see if he's got anything there that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the equipment sort of laid around. It is just like a couple of cooking utensils, really, that are very, very rusted by now.
Probably not worth taking with us then. Okay. Don't know what happened to this guy, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Don't even know what this place is. Some sort of stronghold?
These rocks are just big blocks of ice.
The
bluish
walls,
ones, I think,
yeah,
are nice.
the bluish one is just ice pouring in and encroaching through the building. Very much like when you never clean that top tray out the freezer and it starts to claim it over time.
What about these big pieces that are...
These are where there's been... Wow, you really did get deep into your spell books, didn't you?
Yeah.
This is where water and ice is sort of coming from the ceiling over the years, and it's just built on it and built on it. The building's just interspersed by huge floor to ceiling blocks of ice at certain points now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Could you open this door for me? Because of the grid, I can't technically get within reach.
Looking over to the east now, is the thing that I'm seeing beyond the spider's web a giant dead spider?
It sure
You
looks like
can, but it is on its back on the floor, and several of its limbs are separated from it.
But it's pretty big, hey?
I'd say, I mean, it's just an asset. That in life, that would have been the size of one of your spiders.
Okay, so as big as my giant spiders.
Yeah, so medium. Still pretty big for a spider.
Potentially up to 5 feet across.
Some more just broken furniture in this room, and a sack in the corner, which looks like it is full of beyond rotten, like mummified potatoes.
I'm going to peer into the ice, see if I can see anything through it.
Make me a perception check. Now you just see faint blue and white sort of fog of just staring into... I mean, it seems to be very, very clear, this ice, but it is also deep.
Okay. No magic?
None.
No. What about these magic butt plugs on the floor?
Ask
Oh,
Haldor.
they're faded when you go close.
Ask the Silk Whisper.
Silk Whisper.
These are pots. I know a butt plug when I see one, and that isn't it.
These have got handle on them.
Powerful voice of experience, be careful with the spider's webs.
I march through the spider's web, swinging my axe. I hate spider webs. They're so small and sticky, and it gets everywhere.
Oh.
As you're stepping over that spider, I'll give to you that it looks to be very, very desiccated and almost like burned. If any of you accidentally knocked into it or like stood on it as you were stepping over, it just like Thanos dusts under the lightest touch.
Is there any other evidence of scorch marks anywhere?
Doesn't seem to be any fire marks just anywhere else. It just looks to be burnt in itself.
Suicide.
Totes.
What is this?
So you see in here nothing but a sort of stone, not grand enough to be a throne, but certainly some sort of audience chair. In the room sits a corpse. It seems to have been quite well preserved and mummified by the ice and the cold weather. You see that it is wearing very old, very faded yellow robes. On the arm of the chair and on the floor in front of it seem to be two extremely worn tools. An iron hammer and a chisel that seems to have been worn down nearly to the nub.
Can we see any form of engravings around or anything that could have been chiseled?
Make me a perception check. There seems to be, as you're sort of looking around, a very, very faint sort of relief carved into the base around the chair. But it just seems to be... There doesn't seem to be any identifiable story or words. It's just very much like how a lot of the things in the Durst house were carved until they went spooky. Just waves and vines, and just pretty sort of patterns to jazz up dull stonework. But it's quite worn and a lot of it's frosted over, but you managed to identify a bit.
Does the dead body have any evidence that it has also been smashed in a similar way to the spider and the other body?
Its skull is there and has not been smashed. If you can try and inspect it with a medicine check, if you want to go into any further detail. You sort of given it the once over. You are unable to determine any cause of death, but from the size of some of the bones, you are fairly confident that this was a young man.
Detecting no magic from the throne or anything?
No.
A young artisan.
I will kind of place my hand to the skeleton. Is it like rose to the throne, or is it move easy enough?
Yeah, easy enough. Takes a little bit of work in a way, but you can.
I'll have a look over the throne.
Very
Switches
plain.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, maybe an investigation check?
Switches. Kind of king on a throne doesn't have switches.
This one, apparently. You
I do. Just not found them.
Yeah, you are not able to find anything exciting or untoward or hidden or of note with this throne.
Okay. As I walk past the torches, I'm just gonna use thaumaturgy. Providing there's still something in them that will burn.
Yeah, they do.
That's a good point. We gather up some bits of the broken furniture and put them in the bag of holding for firewood for another day.
Bit of fuel. Good shout.
Oh, there's a fuckload of wood over here.
Well, although the corridor continues ahead a bit. To your right, there is fresh snow on the floor again. And in what turns into a bit of a corridor, there are floor-to-ceiling, enormous wooden iron doors. And they are covered in writing.
Ooh.
In a language we understand.
I would give it to you that things are written in many, many languages, most of which you do not know, but all of you recognize at least one. You see Elven, Giant, Common. You even notice, although you're not fluent in it, there is also Gaian on there as well, a language of the Becknam. Those of you who can read more than one language, you are able to identify that the passages all say the same thing. They say, if you seek honour or power, turn back, for these walls hold naught but doom. In many vessels beyond, the darkness shelters a timeless evil. The danger is an infection of malevolent divinity. Our arrogance and folly forged this place into our prison. Leave now before our damnation becomes yours.
Quite the warm welcome.
Yeah. I mean, we've come a long way, right? Don't think this is gonna turn us back, but it's interesting that, presuming this is the only way, tribal folk either can't read it or seem to have no problem. Does any of it look like, I look to Curtis, does any of it look like druidic or anything like that?
Yeah, but you said druidic, did you? You said.
Well, he said it's in all
It says
manner of
everything.
languages.
Oh, okay. Does any look like druidic?
Or
Does
druidic
not.
adjacent.
Does not.
I don't think they can even read.
Quite possible. Might have oral language. Pass on their history through stories, not necessarily writing anything down.
You seem very quiet, Cora. Do we still have you in your attention? We'll be done in like 10 minutes, I promise.
Oh, I'm here.
Excellent.
Should we give the rest of this place a once over before we head through?
Yeah.
I can't open it. Oh god.
Oh, good
Cora.
job we did.
As you step in,
Ah, for Christ's sake, why is it always me?
because you stepped in,
Insisted in going first.
you find
You
yourself
walked
in a
through
room.
the thingy.
You find yourself in a room that contains little. Ice encroaches into the room from the western wall, gradually consuming what little space is left in the room. A makeshift campfire seemed to have been set up in the middle. Though frosting over rapidly, the floor is covered in blood. The puddles of blood mass in the corner where a humanoid body lies, wrapped in thick winter clothing, although with bare feet. Cora, you immediately recognize the body as Harris's travelling companion, Miliov.
His travelling companion. Did I know his travelling companion?
I think you all saw him in the church very early on.
Which companion did you say? I didn't hear because she was like screaming.
That's fine. Let's head in, man, and look more.
I would like to go over to him and see whether he's still warm.
Oh, I'm not trying anything's warm in this place.
Bartandela stepping into the room, you would also recognise, if you didn't hear me say it before, that the person she's approaching is Miliov.
Oh.
I don't think anybody else ever saw Miliov, did they?
I feel like
No, I
you
don't
all.
think we
I
did.
feel like you all met him.
No, I
it
only
was
met him in the
just
orphanage because he was ill, and then I made him not ill.
Oh,
And then
okay.
he was
Well,
like,
it's worth a retcon to have wound to Cora up for a second. Yeah, you
That
see.
was so what you were doing. It was so obvious.
I mean,
You see a man.
Cora would still rush over and have to
Yeah,
flip him
yeah.
over to be like, "No, oh, it's okay, I don't know who this is."
I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
So you recognise it immediately as a barefoot Miliov with a pair of boots does lie some feet away on the floor.
Is that what that bag is?
No, that's a satchel.
I would like to investigate the satchel, please.
The satchel contains 5 rations, a medicine kit, a wine flask, and then there's some empty space. Sorry, you would also have seen, but lying next to the body was like a laid out canvas with a few different, like, not quite surgical, but clearly a kit of specialist blades that are not like a hunter's sort of knife kit.
I would like to see if I can determine cause of death.
Okay. You can also see that. Well, in fact, do you want maybe medicine check first?
He's dead, boys.
Yeah, his he's dead. There's a lot of blood.
What do you think, Cora?
Step aside, Halvor. He is dead.
Cora, through looking over him, you see that Miliov's tongue is missing. It seems to have been sliced out with a deliberate, clean incision.
Was Miliov holding any of these implements?
No.
Are there, bearing in mind the amount of blood in this room, any footprints leading out of the room?
There are not.
Does he have any other
Suicide.
wounds or injuries, or is it just he's missing a tongue and got blood everywhere?
So, as you're going over with him, his left hand, and then heading up to almost the elbow, is black, and his hand has a number of large puncture wounds, and you see black sort of trailing veins heading up the rapidly freezing over arm.
I would guess that's a giant spider bite.
On the
Perhaps,
same
Maybe the Dagdog.
on the same arm, you would see there is a small but deep incision around, not across just the back of the wrist, but also around the front as well. Like, and it goes quite deep in some places, almost to the bone.
As in he's tried to chop his hand off.
You don't know, you weren't there.
Barty, why don't you do a medicine check on this dude? Yes, Barty.
That hovered on almost a 2 for me.
Crouch down, and I look over the different wounds.
Yeah. So,
Can I look from the angle whether it looks like this maybe was done by somebody trying to do it themselves?
yes, but it.
So I want to kind of like gauge like if there's nowhere that he's going to be resting his hand to cutting it, has he kind of like had it cradled? So does it look like blood's been pooling out like over him while he's been cutting himself?
So it is just face down in the puddle. You see, it doesn't look like it has been a suicide. It is not going down the street. It is a very deep around the entire arm. And as you look it over, other than the fact that that arm is also blackened, there are no other injuries on the body whatsoever. I would also give to you that given me you're the person who found it and probably looked it over the most, but with that roll, you see many similarities between that arm and the hand that was from the dagger dog attack.
The hand from the dagger dog?
In the very first camp where you found like that severed hand that was blackened, it seems to have much of the same sort of symptoms.
And was this cut around the wrist the only cut on the body?
The only injury on the body, it looked like.
Apart from the tongue being missing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is it easy to see how long ago that might have happened? Is it like healed over a bit? Like, is there blood in his mouth, or did that happen with it?
Yeah, there's blood in his mouth.
So that's as fresh as this
Yeah,
other wound.
and with that roll, I would give to you that this seems to be... I mean, there's still a little bit of stickiness when you lift your feet up. This maybe happened a day, 2 days ago.
Fresh.
No
Let's
magic
get out
here.
of here.
No
Gotta be
magic,
close
no
to
magic in
Harry.
here. Just a barefoot dead Milioth.
Why would he be barefoot?
I want to search his body, see if he's got anything on him. Kids
Yeah.
and stuff. I know we searched his bag.
I'll give it to you that he just seems to have absolutely nothing on him.
What's the state of his boots are off? What's the state of his feet?
Fine, yeah. Surprisingly fine for someone who has climbed a mountain. Not so much as a blister.
I'm going to check boots, upend them, look inside, see if there's anything in them.
These are really, really tattered and worn boots. Several big holes in places. They've been battered by the mountain climb.
Them aren't his boots, love.
Pardon?
I'm saying someone else has stolen his boots because their boots were screwed and he's dead, so he's not going to need them.
The hound's up here.
I will say prayer for Milioth. Whilst everybody's walking around and searching, I'll just kind of like sit down and I'll light the campfire with thaumaturgy for a moment whilst I'm having a minute.
Are we not going to keep moving?
Hmm?
Are we not going to keep moving?
I think we are, but I thought Halvor had gone searching off to the left somewhere.
I did, however, it is a dead end.
Oh.
I am returned.
Cora is keen to keep moving, having seen some fresh signs that her friend may be close.
Well, I hope we're all here for the right reasons. Else, I fear that the inscriptions will hold true.
Well, we're not seeking honor or power, that's for sure.
Okay. Beyond the large doors, you see immediate wide stone steps heading down. Do you descend?
I mean, we came all this way, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
Any more preparation you'd like to do? Do you think this is it, or do you think this is further part of our journey?
I feel like pretty much there.
So, if you are descending, this darkened stone staircase heads directly down and forward, roughly 200 feet into the heart of Mount Gakis before it levels out into a long, straight stone hallway. Does anyone have... We do go... I'm guessing there's a light spell up, isn't there, while we're going?
And Angelo.
Yeah. On either side, in this hallway, are elaborate carvings that depict not only seemingly the construction of a building you were just in, but a temple beyond. As you walk, you see carvings of robed figures, clearly wizards, depicted excavating the stone from Mount Gacchus itself with magic. As you continue down the hallway, the carvings gradually change and move forward in time with the temple. You begin to see the wizards starting to trap these evil, strange sort of cloud-looking beings into, perhaps blocks of stone, ice, difficult to tell, being a bit cold.
Amber.
Maybe. It's the black and white carvings. As you continue forward, the carvings begin to change more. And as they do, so do the pictures, the characters depicted in the carvings. They're beginning to gradually look less like robed wizards and more like the evil beings they've been trapping. Further on, the figures begin to attack one another and chaos begins to ensue in the pictures. The carvings themselves are no longer as elaborate and detailed as they were at the start, but hastily carved as if someone was in a hurry to record this history. And as you can see the sort of light of like the dim light of the aurora at the end of the tunnel, some 20 or 30 feet away, you see the final carving depicts only a single living wizard surrounded by these malevolent faces bearing down on him. In one hand he holds a hammer and in the other a chisel. And at that point, it opens up. You find yourself in a large snowy clearing, surrounded by mist, with a familiar looking facade built into the mountainside ahead from you, Bartandalis. You have arrived. Because he had a vision of it. But you have arrived at the Amber Temple. And I think that's a good place to leave it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Poof! And we punted back down.
So next week, the Amber Temple begins. Just to show you what it looks like in daytime as well. Oh, maybe I won't show you because my mouse has gone crazy.
We never get daytime. It really doesn't matter.
Oh. Ooh, robed figures carved into the stonework. Interesting.
A good session.
Good session.
I'm glad my PC didn't die. I need to... Do you feel sadder at the passing of Sir Eric than you did Sir Arthur de Borwin? I feel like you bonded with him a bit more than you did Sir Arthur.
He already died once.
I think we might have been more taken aback by the first one just because we weren't totally prepared for it.
Yeah.
Whereas we'd kind of, not only did we know his goal, but we'd also bargained with him over it and knew it was coming, so I think it was more just expected.
And a very big character decision from Halvor.
Well, having now seen the carving, I feel like it was a good choice. Don't come seeking power or you're fucked.
Good. Well, we will pick up.
Shame I'm still feeling weak like a cripple, though. It's now been like 7,000 weeks since that first took place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at least you have like all your class features. I can't even change around my spells.
Do I have proper horns now?
They're still like acorns.
Okay, they take a long time.
Growing horns does take a long time.
Very
But
good,
excellent.
She's
We
she's
will-
looking forward to that like 1d4 unarmed headbutt attack.
I mean, that would be cool.
You wondered where Sangzor was, bartender.
Hmm.
She's
How did
becoming,
you,
she's becoming a weregoat.
Did you think that the dagger dog would screw us more?
I
'Cause I
think
feel like it could have
that
it so could have gone a different way.
it could have, but last session through a complete. It wasn't even like you knew everything it could do and planned it out. You just had some very, very hard counters for it. It had that darkness was meant to fuck people. It had advantage on attacks in the dark, and you weren't meant to be able to see where it was. So daylight and slow, just it was so. Wasn't about to just go no, just to make the encounter arbitrarily more difficult. You all shut it down.
Yeah, I'm so glad it didn't get away.
I mean, as the party tank, I still took a pretty hefty amount of damage. I mean, the fact that it can so easily push you down a 70-foot fall, and the oozes deal like 30 damage.
Those
per
are
strike.
big. Those are big. A lot of people just see oozes and like just oozes, but no, they are horrendous. Then.
If Eric had died down there, would he have made us go after the rock instead?
Yes.
Oh, thank God I saved him, Jesus.
And I
Well, he
would have
wouldn't
been
have- he wouldn't
truly
have-
devastated if the dagger dog had escaped.
He wouldn't have made you, but he wouldn't have been at rest if you hadn't.
Yeah, if the dagger dog had got away, it'd have felt like Rahadin keeps getting away. The dagger dog's got away. I'd have been like, fuck, motherfucker. So I'm so glad that Halvor can run 320 feet.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for that, because we already established it can outrun or it can outrun the owls to a point where the owls stop being, inclined to follow it. So if it hadn't been for that haste, I thought it was getting away when it got out the cave. It was only when you pulled that trick out that it was like, okay, cool, let's see, can it? And I thought, right, it's going to try and paralyze him, and I forgot that the sting, the paralyzing effect of the sting wasn't part of the legendary. So it's like, oh, you just try and knock him back and keep going then. So yeah, that was an excellent counter hunt.
Yeah. It's the most useful I've ever felt.
But excellent. Any last words before I end the stream?
No, thank you for watching, all.
Cool.
Excellent. Well,